that digital grind, gridiron mind. Bruknis drops dimes like time rewind. Haters get truth, we don't play polite. X's and O's in a chessboard fight. So when you tune in, know what it means. It's more than a game, it's championship dreams. Doing Bruknis, real names you'll chant. In Madden 2-5, we own the slant. It's that digital grind, gridiron mind. Bruknis drops dimes like time rewind. Haters get truth, we don't play polite. X's and O's in a chessboard fight. So when you tune in, know what it means. It's more than a game, it's championship truths. Doing Bruknis, the names you'll...
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollos, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into another edition of Do Champions Gaming. I'm your host, Pat Bruknis. You can find me on Twitter at Pat_Bruknis. And again, thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. And before we get started, I want to say thank you to everybody watching now and or watching on the replay. So yeah, the plan of attack tonight is to play some Madden Ultimate Team, as we're going to be starting a no money spent team, which is NMS, for everybody who did not know. Yeah, we're going to try to grind through some of these challenges, maybe get some gameplay in tonight. If we don't get any gameplay in tonight, we will make sure to get some gameplay in tomorrow, as I will be streaming tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday night as well, at 11 Eastern, 10 Central. So with that being said, let's get into some challenges. And so basically, Madden Ultimate Team, for anybody who does not know, is you take teams, you take cards from legend players like Joe Montana's in the game, you build your dream team, you go on and compete online for a chance to win a Super Bowl. So me personally, there's different archetypes of quarterbacks you can use in Madden as well. There are gunslingers, there are improvisers, there's strong arms, there's scramblers. My favorite is improvisers, as they can throw out of the pocket and stay in the pocket and make some throws. So, and for anybody who's not familiar with Madden challenges, it's basically you have to stay all 5 stars to complete the challenge, as you will gain rewards as you are doing challenges. So this one, for example, is pass for 50 yards this drive. The bonus reward, the bonus challenge is important as well. If you're trying to get done with these a lot faster. Don't throw to incompletion, pass for 25 yards in 4 plays. This should be pretty easy, and I am rocking my current team, for that way I can get these challenges done just a tad bit easier. But once we start playing online games, we will be using that no money spent team. And there we have it. First challenge is complete. Pretty easy. Nice little challenge to start. I believe the challenges are on all pro difficulty as well, which is pretty nice. It's not on all Madden. But if they were to be on all Madden, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. This requirement for this one is don't allow a touch on this drive. Bonus, don't allow more than 25 yards and 15 yards this drive. If you complete the main objective, you will still complete the challenge, but you won't get the two extra bonus stars. Me personally, I like getting the bonus stars, for that way I don't got to do 10, 15 more challenges. As in some category challenges, you need 200 stars to obtain the main reward. And who wants to do extra challenges? Me personally, I'm a guy who just likes to go straight into online games. Just challenges, though, are a nice little grind. It's a nice little way to warm up. So as this one is, don't allow 15 yards. Don't allow them to get a first down, and we'll be just fine. There we go. Third down. But there are some challenges that will stump you. There are some challenges where you got to play a whole game, which is like 3 or 4 minute quarters as well. There are some challenges that can get tricky, though. It can get really frustrating. Hopefully, I don't run into any of those tonight. But if I do, I'm pretty sure you guys will see me get a little frustrated, a little flustered. So yeah, as we're doing this, if anybody has any questions regarding the Bills, NFL in general, leave them down below. We will get those answered as well. And I do want to talk a little bit about what happened last week. I did lose a college football game, I believe 23. Then I hopped on Madden and lost a game. Then I hopped on and played Mad Tiger and lost 3 hockey games. So I went 0 for 5 on the night, and it just wasn't a good night. Kind of bounce back, have a better night tonight. Hopefully, we don't get stumped on these challenges. We don't have a hard time with these challenges. We can play some online games so I can redeem myself. Requirement score, passing touchdown this drive, pass for 30 yards in 3 plays, perform 2 ball carrier moves. For anybody that does not know what a ball carrier move is, it's a juke, stiff arm, spin. So right away, we're going to throw the ball and see if we can get a ball carrier move in this process. And okay, we're not going to get on that one, which is okay because we still have 2 plays to get 30 plus yards, pass for 30 plus yards. Oh my goodness. We might have to restart this challenge. It's going to be hard to get 2 ball carriers. Just 1 play remaining. I'm going to put Keon Coleman, who's in the slot for me. On a 9 route. There we go. Here comes the juke. There, and I couldn't get the hurdle in time. Hurdle also does count as a ball carrier as well. We're going to restart this one, I believe. Hopefully not. Hopefully the hurdle registered, even though I didn't get the hurdle off. Let's see. I'll be able to tell right away if yep, we actually got it. So pretty nice. We don't got to redo that one. Thank goodness. Same thing with this one. Don't allow touch on this drive. Don't allow more than 10 yards this drive. So here we go. Another defensive challenge. Me personally, I'm more of a fan of offensive challenges. That's just a lot easier. And typically, the computer teams that you go up against for these challenges are not really good. So typically, I can just put one of my receivers on a fly route. Anybody that does not know what a fly route is, it's just a streak. And I get these done pretty quickly. But this is a defensive challenge. So you got to hold the Houston Texans offense to under 10 yards this drive. Do not allow a touchdown. And we already failed. So instead of waiting for them to get the touchdown or stop them, we're just going to restart for that way. We save some time. You guys don't get bored. I don't get bored. Just keep everything moving. Okay. Quick little throw to Stephon Diggs, who is now a New England Patriot. It's not a pretty way to say that. But it is what it is, and we get to see him twice a year and beat him twice a year. Stephon Diggs again. Okay. All right. We are going to restart this challenge as well. Second straight time we got to restart this challenge. What's up, Rio de Prime? How's your night going, man? Yes, sir. Buffalo Mafia unites. Yes, we got to stick together. Hopefully we have a nice, fun season coming along this year. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully it ends with us sending the Ralph going into the new stadium with a Super Bowl ring. That would be nice. What better way to do it? Why not this year? Got to restart this challenge again for a 3rd time. And we're going to get a sack right up the middle. Ed Oliver with the sack. Speaking of Ed Oliver, the Bills' defensive line is pretty much set with Joey Bosa and Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver. But who do you guys want to start as the starting 1 tech for the Bills this year? Do you want to be Deion Walker, TJ Sanders, Daquan Jones? Who do you think it will be, and who do you want it? Here we have a 3rd and goal on 3rd and 29. Hopefully we don't allow them to pick the first down. And they're going to get off the field early. There we have it. Another challenge complete. Unless they fake it, I don't think I've ever seen the computer fake it. That challenge. Another challenge down. Let's keep it moving. Score rushing touchdown this drive. Rush for 10 yards in 2 plays. Rush for 20 yards in 3 plays. My starting running back is James Cook. So hopefully we can get this done in one play. Zach Frazier challenge. And basically, if you guys want to know why there are player names on the top of the screen, it is because that's who challenge it is. This is one of the cards from this certain program. Right, we got to run. A quarterback rushes do count. We're just going to hand it off to James Cook. We can stuff in the back. Wow. Okay. So now we need 23 rushing yards this. Between this play and the next play. Keon Coleman's going to say, oh, it's going to be Devonta Smith, actually. Shoot to the outside. There we go. Devonta Smith. Coming in clutch. Thank goodness. I thought we've done pretty easy. It's not about how you start, but how you finish. And that's a perfect example right there. Don't allow more than 30 yards this drive. Don't allow more than 10 yards this drive. And don't allow more than 20 yards this time. This drive. So, don't allow more than 10 yards. It will be just fine. I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite defensive plays from running the game. It's a little bit of a glitch in the game. I don't want to say glitch, but it is a meta. So basically, you run a cover 0. I'll show you guys how to get to it. Only certain playbooks have it. The Bills playbook is one of them. You go to nickel, 2-4 double mug. You run the mid blitz. You take the safety over the top, put them right up there against the center. You push in, and they're supposed to get past the line a lot quicker. So let's try running it again. But be careful, though, because if the quarterback does get the ball off and you're not covering your man, it's going to leave your man wide open. And you're seeing it there. This is just a nice little way to get these challenges on a lot faster as well. They spread them out this time. I don't know if we would do it this time. Oh, and that's what we picked. Sweet. Charles Woodson. Thank you, sir. Another challenge down. Many more to go. Score a touchdown this drive. Rush for 15 yards this drive. Pass for 30 yards, I believe it's that. It'll tell us again here. Right on the screen. Pass for 30 yards in 4 plays. So, right, what we're going to want to do here is get the passing yards out of the way because there is a play limit on those. Like the rushing yards we can get throughout this drive. The pass for 30 yards is in 4 plays. So let's get the passing yards out of the way early, as we kind of have to. There you go. With Bucky Irving. All right. Now we have 18 yards to work with here with Bucky Irving in the Tampa Bay offense. We need 15 rushing yards now. We're going to double team Juwan Bentley right here. We're going to Mike the linebacker. And he's going to walk right on it. Just like that. That's a challenge done. This challenge. Don't allow touchdown this drive. Don't allow more than 35 yards this drive and get 2 tackles in snowy Lambeau Field. Okay, so now with these challenges, what I like to do is I like to play zone, back off the receivers, let them get that short yardage, for that way I can tackle them to get that tackle. Challenge. There's one. And once we get the second tackle, we'll get more aggressive receivers and just try to get out of the drive. At their second tackle, now we can start playing some more legit defense. We're not playing off. CJ Gardner-Johnson right here. We're going to go over the center again. And there you have it. Wait, Barry almost stuffed Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield there. Just barely missed him. So yeah, if anybody in the comment section watches MUT or plays Madden Ultimate Team, what is your favorite card to use? What was your favorite card to use this year, and who was it? My favorite card this year was the LTD Josh Allen that dropped for the program. And as we are done with this set of challenges, it was, I believe, 90 overall Josh Allen or 95 overall LTD Josh Allen. We'll actually take a look. And I love how Madden Ultimate Team shows you your stats with players now in online games. Like as you see here, now we're getting all the rewards. Max level reach. At a 90 plus, we get to open up these packs as well. Before we do that, I do want to see what overall that Josh Allen is. I believe the 95 Josh Allen. I paid over $1 million coins for this Josh Allen. Yeah, if you look at the top, right next to the overall, you'll see their position, and right underneath, you'll see what type of player they are. Like, for example, right here, Matt Milano. Right underneath, right outside linebacker, you'll see that he's a run-stopping linebacker. Like, Alec Anderson is a power offensive lineman. Me, personally, I like power offensive linemen, so maybe we should move by Alec Anderson once we get into playing on games. Hopefully next time. It was 94 overall, Josh. Now it was for 20,000 subs. Man, I want to know for it should show me my stats. It does. We're here online. Oh, okay. Alrighty, interesting. We might buy that Josh Allen to be your quarterback. Who knows? Because as you're doing challenges, you will gain rewards, as I stated earlier, and you will get coins, or you can buy cards to help improve your team. So right here, we're gonna go to 89 Boomer Bust Pack. Let's open this, see what we get. That's an alternate legend. I don't think this might be a full. 95 out of position quarterback breaks. Wow, what a pull! Out of 89 plus, we will definitely take that. And shout out to all the Bears fans out there. If there are any, you guys got your quarterback lines breaks. 92 Adrian Peterson, Bruce Matthews, James Harrison, Aiden Hutchinson, and Antonio Gates. Ooh, this is a tough decision. Adrian Peterson. Oh, actually, I have that. Oh, well, that doesn't matter because this is a no my spectrum. We're going off a whole new team. So I think we're gonna go with. We're gonna beef up this offense for Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates, one of the greatest of all time. You ask me, everybody would agree with that. Here comes Trevor, Chris Jenkins, 93. That's a good one right there. And 93 left guard Sola Opeta. Now here we did just take Antonio Gates. We're gonna stick within our. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get the offensive lineman to help us out. Because in Madden Ultimate Team, you do need all your offensive line. Your offensive line is very important. As I have tried going the cheap route with offensive linemen in the past, and it has not worked out for me at all. Okay, so 35 more stars will get us that 93 plus. Hopefully we can pull a Maxwell Harrison, for example. I believe he's in the game. So right here we're going to see some of these challenges. We got some offensive challenges to start. So we're passing touchdown in 3 plays with Baker Mayfield. Let's get it started. So here, one of my favorite plays, cross drag. We're going to put Devonta Smith on a streak. Just drop back and let him get open. Oh, we're going to square, which is Xavier Worthy. Open and hurdle. I'm surprised he can hurdle somebody. But he's in the end zone. It's another challenge completed. Can't ask for much more. That's one challenge done. Now we have don't allow more than 15 yards. That's basically what I like to do. I like to look at the bonus challenges. That way I know what I got to do. Then we don't got to look at the main requirement. Then look at the bonus challenges. This one is don't allow more than 35 yards. But the bonus says don't allow more than 15. So I just like to look at the bonus. So here we have, we're going to run that mid blitz play again. Taylor Rapp, we put him right over the center. Then they're going to motion, he's going to go back. And it did not work that time. Christian Bedford on the tackle. There we have it. Just got to do this 2 more times. And we'll hopefully be on to the next challenge. And Greg Rousseau with the sack. As you see there's not enough offensive linemen to cover all the people that I was sending on a blitz due to the Taylor Rapp coming in over the center, blitzing in because the offensive line computer registers it as Taylor Rapp as a block, as a blitzer. He's actually not. Oh my goodness, we did not just do that. Got to restart. And they just about 18 yards right there. And that's going to be a sack and a fumble. And Oliver with the recovery. There we have it. Got the challenge done even quicker. Score passing touchdown this track. Pass for 35 yards in 3 plays. Perform 2 ball carrier moves. Okay. Just like the challenge that we did a little bit earlier. All right. In Atlanta. Hopefully get this challenge done in 1 play. That would be nice. But this would be hard to get 2 ball carrier moves and put the ball in the end zone. So again, we'll put Xavier Worthy on a flyer, on a streak. Drake London over the middle of the field. Josh Allen puts the ball just a bit off center. Can't run it in. We're going to have Dalton Kincaid open. There's 1 ball carrier move, and we got the 2 ball carrier moves, I believe. Yes, we did. Now she got to put the ball in the end zone. We put Kincaid on an out route. Hopefully just keep the ball. Kincaid right away. Roll out. Roll out. Devonta Smith open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. On to the next. Don't allow a touchdown this drive. Don't allow more than 45 yards this drive and get 2 tackles. So again, we are going to come out in zone. Once we get those 2 tackles, then we'll start blitzing and try to end this challenge. That's Robinard, who has now switched his number. He's no longer number 43. He is number 8, as he switched his number earlier this offseason. I believe right around the time he got his extension. There's one of the tackles. Benford and big hit stick tackle right there. So here now we got Sean Taylor lined up at linebacker. Because I like to put safeties as a sub linebacker. They just move faster, but they're not as good in run defense as they are pass defense if you put safeties in as your sub linebackers. So teams are more willing to run the ball. Now, me, for example, once I see people that run safeties as sub linebacker, I know I'll have some success running the ball. Because they're just not as good in run defense for obvious reasons. And we're going to be done with this challenge. I believe we got the 2 tackles. And we go next. This for 10 years, after 20 years, 3 plays. So now we're going to, again, tack the pass for 20 yards in 3 plays. Just get that out of the way so that we can get the rushing yards. All right, so now, after an incomplete pass, we got 2 more plays to get this 20 yards, and we're going to get it right here. Now, on the worthy, the juke, but we are going to go down for that way we can't get the rushing yards. Now, I do like to run these end arounds. That way you get the receiver in, and you get your offensive lineman out in front and block, just like that. Devonta Smith, for the 2nd time tonight with these challenges, gets a rushing touchdown. And now once we start playing monkeys, you guys will see I do utilize my receivers in the rushing game just as much as I do with running backs, as well as the quarterback. I just hope we have a good enough quarterback to do this, to do that. Devin Witherspoon challenge. I think I saw don't allow touching this drive, don't allow a certain amount of yards to try. We'll find out. All right, don't allow more than 20 yards this drive. Don't allow a touch on this drive. So, obviously, if we don't allow 20 yards, we won't allow a touchdown. Now, I do hope that in Madden 26 they do add the stadium pulls like they have in college football. So that way, home field advantage is a real thing. I know Madden has it where certain teams have certain Buffalo, it's windier for the opposing teams. I would really love to see the stadium pulls added to Madden. It makes it a lot harder, especially in college football. It's a lot harder to win on the road compared to being at home because the home field advantage is crowds louder. You can't audible, especially when the crowd gets into the game. So I would like to see Madden. I mean, places like Buffalo, Green Bay, Vegas. Those are true home field advantages, and it should matter when you're playing in the game as well. And we are going to get done with this challenge pretty quickly. 3-0. Score a rushing touchdown on this drive. Rush for 15 yards in 3 plays. So obviously, we do got to get rushing. We got to rush for 25 yards in 4 plays. Hopefully, we just do it in 1. Oh boy, we're in Kansas City. Oh, this is nasty. Seeing Josh Allen and James Cook and Kincaid. Oh. Anyway, Spencer Brown and David Edwards in Chiefs uniforms is just disgusting. Ew. I'm sorry, we have to see this. We go James Cook out to the outside for a gain of, I believe, 13 on the play. We need 8 more yards, I believe. So hopefully we can just knock that out right here. And we will. James Cook in the end zone, just like how he did in the AFC Championship game. Cook for 6. Yes, I cannot decide what jersey they have me put on during challenges. I know it is very disgusting. I am sorry we all had to witness that. And we will never see Josh Allen in a Chiefs uniform. Cool. And right there, we do have the 93 overall draft player that we are doing challenges for. And then we got another 90 plus. Let's take a look. Yep, we got the 35 stars that we need. Now, could do the last challenge to max it out for the XP. But me personally, I would like to go until I get the reward. And what's one more challenge? One more challenge actually going to give you as far as XP goes. Now here is something that we can do. A team of the week player for 1 coin. 86 plus. Hopefully we pull a 90. We pull an 88 Joseph Osai. Pretty good player there in Cincinnati. Oh, 15. And once we are doing a no Madden, we're doing a no money spent team. So that will not be helping us. And now this here, we will get a 92 plus Boomer Bust Pack with our season tickets, and we do have enough for it. So let's see what we get. Roster Revolutions. No! Oh! 99 Jaden Reed. Wow, that's my first 99 of the year. Let's go. Jaden Reed will be joining the squad. It's a really good pull out of a 92 plus. I like the odds there. Oh, packs might be just tonight. What a pull. Wow. Now here is the 90 plus NFL draft player. The first one being kicker Cam Little. We would not take the kicker. We have a team to build. We will take Jalen Polk. As now we have 99 Jaden Reed. 93 Jalen Polk. I like where our receiver room is heading. This no money spent squad. Now here comes the 93 plus. 96 Will Johnson. Wow, what a pull. Maxwell Harrison, 96 right guard. We could take the corner here. What's his speed and attributes? 98 speed, 95 acceleration. Let's see here. Man coverage 96, zone coverage 96, press 98. We're gonna take Will Johnson. If Will Johnson go along with Jaden Reed and Jalen Polk, I like where this team is heading. So now let's just put the cards in the line very quick, just so we can see, so you guys can see as well, what the team's starting to look like. So we pull Jaden Reed, wide receiver 1. What is his speed, by the way? I am curious. 99 speed. Wow. This card is going to do some good things for us. We did pull 95 Lance Briggs, so he will be our quarterback for now, as we will spend our points to get Josh Allen. There's 93 Jalen Polk. We pulled the left guard from the Eagles. Yep, there he is. And then we have Will Johnson as well. Man, this team is really starting to come along. Yeah, that's right. How can I forget? That's the type that we pulled. We pulled right in. It was BJ Hill. BJ Hill. So here, now we're going to go down until we find BJ Hill. Joseph was shot as well. So we have a little bit of a Cincinnati Bengals defensive line. Hopefully they don't play like the Cincinnati Bengals defense. Otherwise, our offense is going to have a lot of this game. Alrighty. So as you see there, this is what the offense is looking like. Again, led by a 99 overall Jaden Reed. Jalen Polk, Lance Briggs is your quarterback. Saul Opeta. Oh, that's right. We pulled Antonio Gates as well. So his name Antonio Gates is a lineup as well. And there we have it. He's going on pretty well. Now we're going to go back to this team. For that way he can get these challenges done a little bit easier. We're going to put Jaden Reed in as their number 1 wide receiver, followed by. I'm not starting easy. Just keep over my Keon Coleman card. And there we have it there. Man, they just don't want to move this. You see, we're out of my lineup. We'll take out David Edwards, put in that 93 left guard. There we go. Okay, is that Will Johnson at my defense? I sure can. But we're not focused on this team right now. Let's get back into doing some of these challenges. Actually, these don't give us anything. It's just upgrade tokens for a card that we can't. All right, let's do these real deal challenges. Dan Marino. Oh boy. Now I can see Dan Marino go up against the Bills in a Bills uniform. This is just. Oh my goodness, this is. Oh no, we gotta use Dan Marino against Buffalo. Oh man. To see Jaden Reed though. Oh, on the money, Jaden Reed. I think that's what the challenge was, right? Wow, that 99 speed definitely killed right there. It should say max stars, and we did get the max stars. Rush for 20 yards. It's an Emmett Smith. Emmett Smith as well. That's what I was talking about earlier. Is you can build your dream team. There are certain legends that are not in the game. Like Jim Kelly is not in the game this year, but he was in the game, I believe, 2 years ago. So you can put Josh Allen with Emmett Smith if you wanted to. So already, let's see here. We're going to hand the ball off to Emmett Smith because it is a rushing challenge. Emmett Smith. Oh, with some room to run. To the 20, the 10, and he's in. Touchdown. Yeah, I agree. Bruce. Yes. Bruce Smith is in the game, and that will be a card that I will be trying to get to add to this no money spent team, as Bruce Smith is always good in Madden. But his card's always so expensive. Wonder why his cards are the most expensive? It's because he's the GOAT. He's the greatest pass rusher of all time. I don't care what anybody says. People can say Reggie White. No, it was Bruce Smith. Right, now this challenge is pass the ball, but we gotta call an audible. So let's call that audible. And we're gonna put Kincaid on a fly route. We're just gonna watch Kincaid outrun the defender, and Josh Allen's gonna put it in the air. Touchdown. Oh my goodness, what's in it? I don't know what's up with Madden tonight putting Josh Allen in our rivals' jerseys, but it has not been a sight to see. No, I'm more than 20 yards a shot. Get a tackle in 2 plays. So let's go get that tackle. Oh, we got to write. It's Ryan Clark's challenge as well. So we would use Ryan Clark. So who wants to use Ryan Clark? I don't. Mark Andrews in motion. I believe it was Mark Andrews. You're going to let him catch it? Oh, my goodness. Shaw Bateman just can't drop that ball. There we go. Kind of have to let him catch it here. That's going to be a fumble. We saw Lamar Jackson do that in the playoffs. And hopefully we get to see him do that week 1 as we take on the Ravens. Sunday Night Football in Orchard Park. How else would you rather be? William Perry's going to Lamar Jackson's going to fumble again, but he is going to recover. Lamar Jackson fumbling the football. I still thought that Von Miller was going to take that fumble, that Lamar Jackson fumble back to the house in the division round last year. But just didn't have the speed to. And we're going to fail this challenge because we did not get the tackle. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We played too good. We're being punished for doing too good. Huh? Oh, we get a tackle. Okay, get 2 tackles this drive. What was the bonus challenge? Let's find out. Oh, more than 10 yards from 3 plays. Easy. So again, we're going to play zone. We're in Chicago. Was it just rivals playing rivals against each other? I got Chicago and Green Bay. And the reason why they said we're wearing Bears uniform, but we're not. It doesn't say Bears on the scoreboard because you can now, with the recent update that Madden added this year, you can choose what team you have on your scoreboard. And obviously, me being a Bills fan, I'm going to choose. We got whole tackles just like that. Didn't allow a yard. Great defense right there. Don't allow more than 15 yards in 4 plays. Don't allow more than 5 yards this play. So we're just going to send the house this play. Don't allow 5 yards. Hopefully we force a turnover so we can dump the challenge a lot faster. And it's a Snoop Dogg challenge. And this Real Deals program is celebrities that are in the game. Like I believe Anthony Edwards, basketball player for the Minnesota Timberwolves, is in the game, as well as Snoop Dogg. And yeah, last year it was WWE superstar Roman Reigns. Another WWE superstar that I did not know his name. Charles Woodson's going to go up and snag it from Jacoby Myers, and that's going to be a pick. Just for shits and giggles, we're going to just go down and just trying to run it out. Speaking of shits and giggles, I know this is a football stream and everything. I do want to touch on the fact that the Chicago, what did I do wrong? Oh, okay, so we got to run 4 plays. Okay. We're not going to score. But the Chicago Cubs were down 6-2 to the Cincinnati Reds. I know Matt Dagger will be happy about this as he's a Pirates fan. He's in the same division as the Cubs in the NL Central. The Reds were up 6-2. Cubs came back and won 13-6, 11 unanswered runs. Let's go. 31-20. Cubs just keep on rolling. And hopefully later, Matt Dagger can come on and tell us things about the Pirates this year. And all the Paul Skeens trade rumors, speculation, even though he's not getting traded. I'll get his input on that later on. We do got to run one more play. Let's put this ball in the end zone. Allen's going to drop back to James Cook, and he's going to get in for 6. And I think we will hear a lot of that this upcoming season. Is I think the Bills will not try to rely on Josh Allen's legs, which they'll still use them, but they'll rely on James Cook as he has shown that he can take those short yardage runs. And as Matt Tiger put here, Skeens better not get traded. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, if you guys were to trade him, I would want the Cubs to be in on that. And is Pittsburgh really going to pay Paul Skeens? I mean, they're known for not paying players. I mean, look what happened with the whole McCutcheon thing when McCutcheon was back in his prime. That's too close to go Cubs go. And actually, Buck spells Cubs. CBS, BCS. Yeah, I definitely thought Pittsburgh was going to be a little bit better this year than what they are. But it is what it is. Shockingly, the St. Louis Cardinals have been very good. Another challenge done. Fred Williamson challenge done in the game. Hopefully, you don't have to do that challenge because can't let him score when it's a shoot clock. Let's just keep it going. And Season XP is just going to keep flying up. I don't know how I've reached the next level. I haven't played this game consistently since. We got a 90 plus right there, token. I haven't played this game consistently since the AFC Championship. We always slap farm team for the rest of the MLB. Yeah, that is true. It's unfortunate. I mean, not for me, but McCutcheon. Yeah, you guys gotta do something with Scheme. You guys can't waste Scheme screw. I know, lose your GM, president of baseball operations said they don't want to trade him, but if you know he's not going to resign, why not just trade him? I mean, the same thing could be said for Kyle Tucker and the Cubs as well. If the Cubs know they're not going to extend him, why not trade him? Team Diamond. That's going to be a 92 Osai Omenora. A lot of interesting names tonight that I'm having a hard time pronouncing. Oh, we can take 5,000 coins or the 90 plus overall. We're going to take the 90 plus because we do need them. We do have a lot of positions to fill. So we're going to take real deal, 90 plus, 90 Anthony Adams. Great defensive tackle for the Chicago Bears. I don't know about great, but he's good. So now let's add these cards to our team. I think we'll change that. Anthony Adams. There he is right there. So, all right, but we do have to do that challenge, the Real Deals challenge. We do got to win that game, which is okay. It won't take long. Next, we are going to do the Theme Team Surge challenges, as you cannot get to that 99 just yet. So we will do what we can there. Or can we? Let's be 11. 11's 22. So we'll get to what we can. We get 22. So we won't be able to get to that first 92 overall player, which is fine. At Osai, thank you. Yes. You must be getting somebody. Let's go add Asai to the lineup. He's a right end. Okay. So we are in need of a left end. Just so happens that's what position Bruce Smith is. I believe in Madden they have some of his cards at right end, some of his cards at left end. We'll see which one we can get. I mean, personally, these out of position cards are really weird too. I don't know if I'm a big fan of these, but they are pretty fun to use. We'll see. Oh, I'm thinking Osai on the Bengals. OC, yeah, OC. I'm telling you, I'm getting cards tonight. I can't pronounce. We have enough for another, let's see, season tickets. It's 1,700. We do have enough training for this stuff. No, we don't. We need 3,000 training. Let me see if I can get the 3,000 training. We can add another 92 plus to our lineup. We won't need him. We'll need Xavier Whitworth as well. It's 2,800 training. There we go. Now we do have enough for a 92 Theme Team player. I think it's Theme Team Surge. So let's see. Yes, we do. Let's get. That's what we get. I think it is a fantasy pack, so we can choose who we want to get. Javonte Williams, Nick Westbrook, Dory Jackson, AJ Terrell, Christian McCaffrey, Andrew Phillips, Brian Thomas Jr., Quinnen Williams, Graham Glasgow, Romeo Dobbs, J.C. Horn, Harold Landry, Eric Stokes, Stafford, Hopkins, Eckler, Cook, Leonard Williams, Darius Slay, Calvin Ridley, Isaiah Rodgers, C.J. Johnson, former Bill Tremaine Evans, Warren Burks, Dalton Kincaid, Tier Tart. Oh, this is a choice. I know I made that face up. So, we do need another receiver. A 92. Do we take Kincaid? But we just took Antonio Gates. But I do like to run a lot of two tight ends. I think McCaffrey. That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, if anything, I can buy this 92. We can buy a lot of these 92s. We can buy this Christian Wirfs. So yeah, let's look at McCaffrey's stats. .99 speed. Holy cow! Yes, we are taking Christian McCaffrey. Wow. 99 speed, Christian McCaffrey. Cannot pass that up as Dalton Kincaid at 97 speed, but we'll buy him. All right, so now we have 91,000 subs. That's baseball to work with. Let's add Christian McCaffrey to the lineup. There we go. We got Christian McCaffrey, 99 speed, 99 acceleration. And now let's head over to the auction house just to see what we can get and see what we can do about this team to get this team better. We still do have a lot of positions to fill. So we do need another wide receiver. 91,000 sub coins. Not them. Let's see here. Oh, 93 only go for 10,000. So we can afford some of these. Like Brian Thomas Jr. would be a receiver I'd love to have on the team. We just bought him. Okay. Brian Thomas Jr. again right here. Let's see how much he goes for. 10,000, 99 speed, 99 jumping. His short route running is an 88. Medium route running is 86. Deep route running is an 85. Huh. Okay. So I'm trying to see why these cards are so cheap. Their route running is not good. But it's better than spending 30,000. That needs to be Calvin Johnson. Let's look at his stats. 10,000 more subs, coins. And we're probably going to take the 99 speed. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. Now, that it might show that is the cheapest one, but I promise you it's most likely not. Find Bruce Smith. Yes, we will do that right now. I don't care how much Bruce Smith costs. I want to add Bruce Smith to this team. Brian Thomas Jr. rounds out our receiving core. Now, let's go find Bruce. Okay, not wide receiver. 93 overall bills. All right, they do have a bill that we can get, and it's actually pretty cheap. 92 overall Bruce Smith. We're going to go ahead and buy him. But, okay, OC is also a right end. Yeah, Bruce Smith listed as a right end. Now, who's better? Block shedding goes to Bruce Smith. Power moves goes to Bruce Smith. We're going to take Bruce Smith. If anything, we'll move OC to left end. Won't they make that much of a difference? We just won't get to his chemistry boost. There we go. We added Bruce. We can't get Matt Milano. But I don't want to be biased. Oh, they get Cam Lewis at 93. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this Lance Briggs. We're going to sell it. Because I've never used a Lance Briggs in my life. And actually, quarterback? Let's see how much this Chris Jones goes for example. Maybe we can sell him. So we have some coins to with. Let's sell. All right, let's find this Bruce Smith. Lance Briggs. Lance Briggs goes for $37,000. What do you think, chat? Do we rock Lance Briggs at quarterback? Or do we go get a better quarterback? I'll let you guys decide. Me personally, Lance Briggs is a field general. I would like to go get a guy that has legs. Josh Allen. But if you guys want Lance Briggs, I will keep Lance Briggs at quarterback. And in the meantime, sell him. I agree. That's what I was thinking as well. Last sold 37,000. We'll put him up there for, well, not 3,000. We'll put him up there for 30,000 in the auction house. Let's take a 10% auction house fee. So if I sell him for 30,000 minus 3,000, because that's 10%, I'll walk away 27,000 from this sale. There we go. We are gonna sell Lance Briggs. We are going to. All right, let's see this here. Not all NFC. Oh my goodness. That's one thing. The menu this year. Let's look at bills. I hope there's a cheap enough Josh Allen that we can afford. Oh, Mark Cooper at 94. Should have known that. Khalil Shakir. Wow, Josh Allen goes for 50,000. We can't afford that Josh Allen. H. Vanessa, 94. We could afford that, but we did just buy Bruce Smith. So let's circle back around to the quarterback. Actually, while we wait for Lance Briggs to sell, let's do some more. Let's go back to the challenges. Change active lineup. Go back to the other lineup I'm using. That's just 98 over Josh Allen, but it would be against the rules to use players that we have on the no money spent team. We're under real deals. And we got to redo this switch chat. Oh, we didn't perform the ball carrier move. So thank you, everybody who's watching now and who are watching on the replay. It is all greatly appreciated. And make sure you tune into all of our other great shows on the network as well. All right, we got to get to the ball carrier move. Even though it was a nice run by Emmitt Smith last time up. Oh, my goodness. Emmitt Smith is going to bounce it. Juke. Juke again. Oh, he's going to stay in bounds. There we go. Man, is there any way I can get this Emmitt Smith? Hopefully this Emmitt Smith is cheap. It'd be nice to get my hands on this card. All right, now we can return the challenges. Now we can just do that win the game challenge. And become the real deals. Get this 96 overall player and move on.
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollos, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.
Yes, thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. And that little might be a technical difficulty there. All right, now here we are. Win the game announcement. It's time for the closing act. Come from behind in a classic tale as you lead a ragtag team of real deals champs to survive against all odds and merch. Yep. Here we go. I don't know what difficulty it's on, but we are going to get out here with a victory. That's all that matters. And now you don't have to win by a certain amount. We are down by 17 though, so this is going to be. We have to score rather quickly. Only 6 minutes remaining in the game. 3-minute quarters. And once you get up, you can run 2 o'clock. Dan Marino to Keon Coleman. That's a touchdown. And why do we got to use the Bears? This looks really bad. What am I going to stand out? The inside joke that I am a 2-teamer for the Chicago Bears. It's not true. But me being from Chicago. Anyways, there we go. Touchdown, 1 play, 8 points. Off to a very good start. Bruce Smith. Why is he at special teams? Oh, that might have been Sedarius. Oh, let's get to Joe Burrow. There we go. That's going to force a fumble. Sean Taylor. Joe Burrow. How did he get up like that? What the heck? There we go. Christian Bedford in recovery. Joe Burrow fumbled twice that play. And now we're trying to get within 1. Here, Dan Marino. Going to drop back. Are we open? James Cook in the back of the end zone. And Dan Marino is going to make an inaccurate throw. It's fine. Here we go. Second down. Second and 10. Michael Irvin's out there. Keon Coleman, Jaden Reed. Keon Coleman is terrorizing these Bengal receivers, and that's a touchdown. He's second of the quarter. And we're 28 seconds in. Now, again, we're going to try to find Michael Irvin on the drag route underneath. Now we're down by 3. Let's pull this. Let's get one more stop, score, and then we can start chewing clock. Get out of here with a 96 overall. Joe Burrow on the offense. Coming back out there. There's Snoop Dogg. We're going to see some Snoop Dogg gameplay today. And Joe Burrow nowhere to run, looking just like the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line, and down goes Burrow. Sean saying, where does Snoop Dogg go? That's Brian Dawkins. That is not Snoop Dogg. Gregor Sowing on the tackle. So, play action. We bid on the play action. But we should be fine. We're going to jam the receiver a little bit. Down goes Burrow. Sedarius Smith with a sack. And now we got Cortland Sutton. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a punt return here. He's going to outrun the first 2. He's going to get help from Dorian Williams on the third one. Not really. All right, here we go. Yes. Oh, why I got to use Dan Marino? Just give me Josh Allen. I don't want to use Dan Marino. What a dot! Wow! Holy cow, that was a dart. Now we do have the lead. Now we will start chewing clock once we get the ball back on offense. James Cook with the hurdle. Up by 5. 22 unanswered points. And that's going to be a fumble. We're just going to score. There's not much time we could chew from the 20-yard line. There we go. Now we are up to 29 unanswered points in this quarter. That's 12-point lead should be enough to win this game with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. I don't know what that is. Okay. Sorry about that. Here we are. Now maybe we can allow them to move the ball a little bit. That way they can kill some of this clock, and we don't have to kill all of the clock. Troy missed it right there. I don't know why Joe Burrow's not throwing the football. And that's the end of the quarter. We are now up 32-20, as we were just down 20-3 to start this challenge. Now, I'll definitely take some player recommendations. If there's any players that you guys want on the team, let me know, and I'll try to make it happen. This defensive line is just causing mayhem on the Bengals offensive line. Pretty realistic, actually. Joe Burrow ain't running, and Oliver with the sack. Hopefully we see some of that later on this year. That's to be picked. We are going to try to run back so that way we can choose some clock. And we'll be able to get this back to the 1. All right, down to the 4. We got 96 yards to chew this clock. The Bengals don't have a timeout. It's actually over. But we are just going to run the ball once. Just to kill this clock, pick up a first down, and knee it out. Emmitt Smith again. Here we go. Emmitt Smith's a monster. Oh, my goodness. That's a house call. We might have to buy Emmitt Smith. Chat. We might have to buy Emmitt Smith. We're just going to take a knee, get out of here with the victory. Victory formation. Challenge complete. 96 over a corner. It has now been added to the squad. And let this clock run for under 40 seconds so we don't got to need it again. There we have it. Another challenge complete. Another program complete. Another challenge complete. There we have it. Ooh, what? Okay. Alrighty. Another challenge complete. Rewards. We do get 96 over real deal Anthony Adams. Anybody who knows who Anthony Adams is, please let me know down below. Lance Briggs has sold. While we are opening these, let's open up these packs and see who we get. Let's open up the strategy item first. As you are not really getting anything of it, you can sell these for coins. What is that table? Oh my goodness. 96 overall binder. Anthony Adams running back. Anthony Adams quarterback or Anthony Adams cornerback? Oh, running back. Okay. Well, this is a very tough decision. We just showed Lance Briggs. We want a normal quarterback. I might take Lance Briggs. Anthony Adams. 96 speed. We do need another corner. Yeah, we're going to have to take Anthony Adams, cornerback. Welcome to the squad. And now we will go on to our next set of challenges. Team Surge. Remember earlier I said we would not be able to get all of these ones. We will be able to get some of them done. All right, Cowboys down. Rush for 5 yards in 2 plays. First one on the list here. Let's get into it. Rush for 5 yards. Let's do it. James Cook is going to bounce it outside. Hey, we're just having some good runs tonight. Now, hopefully tomorrow when we start streaming online gameplay with our no money spent team, it will look just as hopefully we get runs like what we just got. There's the 1-star we need. Pass for 10 yards in 2 plays. All right, all we need is 10 yards. Let's get to 10 yards. Down to Kincaid. Right there. The connection has been on tonight with these challenges. There we go. Another challenge done. Rush for 10 yards in 3 plays. Let's get it. As long as we have James Cook or Emma Smith, we will be just fine. So here we have it. First and 10. Hopefully we can get this in 1 play. Reggie Gilliam and James Cook is going to get tackled before the line. The first down line. So we do that run 1 more play. Hopefully that's it. We just get 4 yards there. James Cook to the outside. There we go. First down. Challenge complete. Rush for pass for 20 yards in 3 plays. Okay. It's nice that we do have Josh Allen though. We don't have to worry. We don't have to use Dan Marino or anything like that. He's my quarterback. All right, Josh Allen. Here we go. Keon coming on the outside. Jaden Reed on the outside with him as well. 99 speed Jaden Reed with Josh Allen's arm. It's automatic. Automatic touchdown. Score a field goal in 4 plays? All right. So the plan here is now if we start at our own 25, get a deep enough play, get in field goal range, kick a field goal. This should not take no more than 2 plays if we do it correctly. Hopefully we do. Oh, is this from when we played Miami this year and we got field goal range? Sometimes like certain challenges that you will do will be based off moments from during the season. So this might be one, not sure. All right, 39-yard field goal. So far, it has been planned, executed perfectly. Brandon Audrey, I think something that's good. And that should be enough to get the 92 that we're looking for. Let's find out. Yep, there it is. The 92 overall team player. Again, let's open it. Now, as we saw, we do have an option at Dalton Kincaid, Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to take Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is only one. Oh, it's only one. We get a tight end. We get Mark Andrews. All right, position that we already had. Not the greatest pull, but we'll take it. We'll make it work some way, somehow. Now we're going to go back to the season tickets. We're going to buy another 92 Boomer Plus player. Hopefully to pull another 99. Ross Revolution. You're going to get another 99. 94 Bud Dupree. Okay. Position of need. So we will gladly take that. Let's see here. Team. What can we buy with these? So, 1,700 by your 92 plus. We don't have that quite yet. But we will get there. So now we're going to add our right outside linebacker, Bud Dupree, to the team. We are going to add our 96 cornerback, Anthony Adams, to the team. All right, the defense is definitely coming along. So is the offense. Oh, we're going to add Brian Thomas Jr. to the mix and Bruce Smith to the mix. Putting Brian Thomas Jr. with 99 speed in the slot should be a mismatch, even with his overall. All right, we're going to put OC at left end. Okay, we got to move him over. Can't just. That's not OC. Oh, yeah, it is. Now we're going to put Bruce at right end where he belongs, rightfully so. So our defensive line is set for the time being. Now let's focus on cornerback, quarterback, and offensive line. Just out of curiosity, how much does this 99 Jaden Reed go for? Because what we could possibly do is sell him, get more cards, and he goes for 300,000 coins. Wow. Do we sell Jaden Reed to upgrade this team? What do you guys think? It's a really good card. But we are in desperate need of help at different positions. Glad we sometimes think about that. Let's go and buy some cards that we do need. We do need another cornerback, so let's look at corner. Oh, 90 even goes for 4,000 subs. Wow. Matt says, nah, that Jaden Reed is too good, don't sell. I definitely agree. I am not going to sell him. Yeah, we need a playmaker on this team, especially with being a lower overall team, and I think Jaden Reed can definitely be that for us. Now, Patrick Surtain always has good cards. This might be the move, 93 speed. But I've noticed that these Steam Team cards have 99 speed. So I wonder if this AJ Terrell had it. If this AJ Terrell has 99 speed, do we go with him? But his zone, everything is bad. How about Darius Slade? His man coverage just has to be good. You know what? If our defensive line can get there, we can handle not having the best corner. So let's just go ahead and buy AJ Terrell because of his speed. And now let's work on this offense. We need a quarterback. Desperately need a quarterback. Let's look at some of our options are here. We can go after Patrick Mahomes. Really don't want to do that. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Peyton Manning. Or if we spend a little bit more, kind of out of our price range at this point, could spend $50,000 on that 94 Josh Allen. If he's even up there. Yes, he is. 54,000, 52,000. Just out of curiosity, the Josh Allen has 96. He goes for 113,000. Shador Sanders does have a card. Okay. Does Maxwell Harrison have a card? He can't call me. Yeah, Maxwell Harrison does have a card. 97 overall. Maxwell Harrison. Let's look at some of his attributes. 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 97 agility, 99 jumping, 87 press coverage, 96 man coverage, 99 zone coverage, and 99 press coverage. That's PRC. 87 PRC. So this Maxwell Harrison card is definitely going to be a card I'm going to want to target once we get this team up a little bit. There's the Josh Allen MVP card. If you guys did not know, every year they add NFL honor cards. And that is the Josh Allen MVP card. It's awesome to get my hands on that. So let's go back to the 93s. Look for a quarterback. Does not have to be Bills, but now I'm kind of curious. Let's see here. If anything, we could use. You know what? Let's focus on the offensive line. Actually, let's take a look at Reggie White. If anything, we could sell OC and get Reggie White. Because having Bruce Smith and Reggie White it should cause mayhem. Opposing team's offensive line. So let's look up here. Reggie White. Oh my goodness. All right, so Reggie White has a 94 for 64,000 coins, 96 for 114,000, is 86 for 4,000. So Reggie White, Maxwell Harrison are definitely a card we are going to want to target once we get more coins. But for the time being, we do have to get this team up. Major Peterson does look nice. We do need a linebacker. We do need safeties. We need one more corner. We just bought a corner. We bought AJ Terrell. That's right. Let's look at middle linebacker here. Mike Singletary for 6,000 subs, coins. You cannot beat the speed run stopper. We are going to need that. So we'll buy Mike Singletary. Troy Bernard was available too. Fred Warner, Ray Nitschke, Trey Edmonds, Devin Bush, Devin Lloyd, Snoop Dogg. Okay. Go Lawrence Taylor. We do need a left side linebacker. Now, with the way I play defense, my linebackers have to be pass coverage guys. Say Anthony Barr would work a pass coverage. Buchon would work. Anthony Barr would work. I'm just going to go ahead and buy Anthony Barr. And actually, what we could do is, now that I'm thinking about it, let's see something just very quick. We can go to sets. We can buy a card, put it in a set for a card. It might be cheaper than. What is this? We're not going to do that. A legendary strategy item, I believe, was for 100,000 coins. So it's just a little way we can get coins, help us out. We do have to get this team up. Before we can play an online game. I still do want to see if we can get our hands on that. Josh Allen was an LTV. What's up, Mr. Student Body Rag?
What's going on, man? What do you got for me?
Nothing much. We are just running a no money spent Madden team. That way, come tomorrow, I'll be able to use this team online and try to win a Super Bowl with it.
Man, look how good your background looks.
Oh, thank you.
Feeling good in the home studio?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Pat, I'm going to pop in and out throughout tonight, but I did want to get your take on Gabe Davis.
What
He's
about
still
you,
out
Davis?
there.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
still out there.
With his continuity with Josh Allen, he is using the Joe Brady system.
Does he make this roster?
That I don't know. You know, let's go through it real quick. Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Elijah Moore. There's four, and then Joshua Palmer. Does he beat out a Elijah Moore for the fifth spot? Or because the way this Bills offense looks now, it doesn't look like an offense that is going to take the deep shot and just spread them out and just pass the ball. And I think Elijah Moore fits this offense better than a Gabe Davis. But I wouldn't be shocked if they brought in a Gabe Davis. I just don't think they will. And he might make hypothetically, if we were to sign him, I think he has a chance to make a roster.
Pat, I will tell you. Pat, Matt was just with Jim Overdorf. Did he tell you that story?
No, he did not.
Yeah, so Matt was just with Jim Overdorf. We had an event with him the other day, and he told Matt we're gonna talk about it next week on Third Manage Ball. Jim Overdorf is now carrying Kit Kats in his pocket, just because Trey White is such a fiend for them that every time he sees them, he ends up giving Trey White a couple Kit Kats just because that's his lifeblood.
Really? Huh. Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's very interesting. Oh, I do love bringing back Trey White.
It's almost like a Marshawn Lynch Skittles scenario.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, I would love to see a shot, during the season of Trey White eating a Kit Kat on the sideline. I just think that would be hysterical.
Speaking of food, did you lose some weight?
I might have. Still for sure haven't checked in a while, but I have been going to the gym. Yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna play a game, or do I have to watch you like do this bullshit?
No, we got to get this team up because we don't have a quarterback. We don't have. We don't have a left tackle, center, guard, tackle. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have a fullback.
Dude, get some
We don't have
UDFA's, bro. Get some UDFA's.
Right? It does not work like that. We had to buy them with the coins. You're on a limited budget with the coins, but I'm gonna try to fill up this roster.
Or a UDFA on Madden should cost you what? A Buffalo Public Library card and a half pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, I mean the cheapest left tackle you can get is 461 coins. But he's a 83 overall. Everybody else has 99 overalls. So we gotta find cards that are at least gonna be somewhat gonna help us. Like a
Do I need to
92
book you a
overall.
flight for the bocce tournament?
I will talk to you about that off stream. What did I say? Something sold. Oh no, I sold
You're
a
gonna be
strategy.
attending or no?
I will let you know tomorrow for sure.
Matt's been hitting the
Has he?
card collecting game hard. Yeah,
Yeah, I know he
I
has.
ended up getting a Harrison Phillips Stanford rookie card.
Did you really?
Yeah, signed. So,
Oh, really? That's
congratulations to Harrison Phillips, by the way. He just had his baby boy.
Oh, congratulations, Harrison. Oh, what about you, student? Do you collect any cards? I know Matt does. Matt's been getting into it. I know he's
All
recently
right,
lost
Pat.
some
I'll pop
very
back
good
on when
stuff.
just shoot me a text when you get to gaming. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Now here we are going to buy Larry Allen. Oh, we already have a left guard. Oh no, I did not just do that. It's fine. Maybe we can play my right guard. We do need a center. Let's see what's out there for centers. Jeff Saturday, Alex Mack. I do like the power offensive lineman, so let's go ahead and buy Alex Mack. So good amount of subs to work with. Still need 100,000. Right guard now. James Daniels. Kyle Long. That is a good market for offensive line. Well, we'll go ahead and get James Daniels. I guess he plays for the Dolphins, though. Now we need a right tackle. Lane Fisher, John Runyon. Lane Johnson has always been a good offensive lineman in MUT. So we'll go ahead and buy Lane Johnson. We have 63,000 stuff to work with. We still need linebackers. We still need. Oh, we don't need linebackers anymore, do we? We'll have to check. So offensive line taken care of. We do need a fullback. Fullback, we can go dirt cheap. It doesn't really matter who your fullback is. I'm definitely not spending 9,000 coins on a fullback. I'm gonna buy Reggie Gilliam. 81 40, 700 coins. So be it. We have the whole offensive side of the ball taken care of. We need a right side linebacker. Let's go for 90 overall. My my right side linebackers hardly ever play. Let's just go ahead and buy Matt Milano, 4,000 subs. Gotta take a little bit of a cheaper route here. Now, as the coins are starting to go down, we do need a free safety. We still need a quarterback. So, that being said, definitely got to go cheaper at certain positions. We'll buy Antoine Winfield, 90. Now we need a strong safety. We need a good, strong safety. Leroy Butler has always been somewhat good. So hopefully he can continue to be good. And now we need, what else do we need? I do want to, let's take a look. Let's put all the cards in the lineup and see what we are working with. Reggie Gilliam. Oh, you're going to say Cam? Yeah, I could have went Cam. That's definitely still a really good option as well. James Daniels in the lineup. There we go. Center, Alex Mack. Left tackle, Tristan Wirfs. And now, as you can see, the offense is complete besides quarterback. And I'll fill out a bench with a random card. I guess we'll do Mark Andrews because all the other cards are cards that I got from my main team, but we're not using a main team. We're running a spin team. Now let's see what we need on the defensive side of the ball. We bought that third corner. We bought AJ Terrell with 99 speed, 98 speed. Free safety. We bought Antoine Winfield. Jimmy Ward. I didn't buy Jimmy Ward. I bought Leroy Butler. Then we bought Mike Singletary. Left outside linebacker now. We bought Anthony Barr. He's up to 94 with chemistries. Now, for here, my second middle linebacker never plays. So I'm just going to throw Terrell Bernard in there. We did not buy him, but he will not see the field. So there we have it. Now we just need a quarterback. 46,000 stubs coins to spend. Let's see who we can buy. Oh, yes, thank you. I bought Milano. I will put Milano in at middle linebacker, too. All right, there we have it. Defense is now set. Everything is set besides quarterback and kicker and punter, which I never punt, so I'll just use the free. Let's get a punter out of the way now. Cheapest punter. We're not punting. We are going to have to put up points in this game if we want to win. It's going to be hard. The first game we get into, we will see 99s. Across the board, we are up for a challenge. Tyler Bass, we will buy him. Now quarterback. All right. Can we afford a 90? I know we can afford a 92 to 93 quarterback. Let's see if we can afford a 94 to 95. Marcus Mariota. You have 94 Mahomes we can buy. Eli Manning, I don't want a part of that. We are just shy of Josh Allen, unfortunately. So what about Randall Cunningham? We might buy Josh Allen. Josh says, I am him, LOL. Yeah. Sell something to get Josh. All right, Josh. What can I sell to buy you? I see you in the comment section. Do I have anything I can sell? What we could do is we can sell that 93 Larry Allen we just bought accidentally to. Okay, came in late. What are we doing? We are running a no money spent Madden Ultimate team, and we were trying to compete for a Super Bowl. Now, like these cards here that you see, have this 97 Chris Jones, 96 Josh Allen. We would not be using those because those are cards that I acquired before running this no money spent team. So we're basically grinding to get our team up, trying to work our way up to eventually winning a Super Bowl. Larry Allen right here. I know how to get points faster. So we're going to do this. Do I have any strategy items I can sell? We sell all these. These will give us coins. All right. Leverage the farm. Get Josh now. That's what I'm trying to do. 6,000 coins. We are close to Josh Allen. Yeah, I appreciate that, Josh. I definitely might need to know about some of these players. There's a few that I'm not really sure about or who they are. All right, gotta try to get Josh Allen now. There has to be something else we can sell. Sell that, sell that. And that's, I missed a few, okay. $5,000. We now have enough for Josh Allen. Go with Randall Cunningham. Ooh. So we have. Can we buy Bud Carpenter? Unfortunately, no, we cannot. Unfortunately, not. As much as I love Josh, you can save money and get the same player for cheaper. That's actually a very good point. Let's definitely look at their attributes and see if the extra coins are worth it for Josh Allen, or is it just worth it to get Randall Cunningham? Randall Cunningham right here, 43,000 stubs, 94 speed, 95 throw power, okay, deep short XP 93, medium XP 95, APC 94, throwing the runs at 96. So we're Josh Allen. Ooh, 92 speed, 95 throwing the run, play acting at 94. But Josh Allen does get better abilities. I'm gonna lean towards Josh Allen. I think, Josh, I love your recommendation, and yes, Randall Cunningham is the better player, but I am familiar with Josh Allen, and I think with his abilities, he might be able to make up for what this team lacks. So there we go, 94 Josh Allen. And let's put some abilities on him. Then we can just hop into a game and see how this team matches up against 99s. So we got Hot Route Master. We are going to put that on Josh Allen, as well as at our pass block from all offensive line. We are going to need that. So we will put these two on Josh Allen. Okay, we got to fill out our specialists, and we will be hopping into a game. So third down running back, it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. Power back, it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. Slot receiver, you're going to put it as Brian Thomas Jr. The 99 speed, by the way. We don't have sub linebackers, so we will be putting out our normal linebackers. Like Singletary out there. Rush left end will be OC. Get the eyeball emoji from Josh. Rush defensive tackles. We have. Why are our defensive tackles not here? Okay, here's one. Anthony Adams and BJ Hill. They are there. What's up, student body? You there? Rush
If
right
you
now
don't
would be
start playing football, I will kill you.
yeah, I'm hopping into a game right now, putting in the specialists, and we will be good to go. AJ Terrell at the slot corner position. He's a boundary guy. And do a
Watching
good
you
job
play
with it.
pretend GM is the most boring fucking shit ever.
Josh, did your power back could have been Adrian Peterson if they were giving you prime data that not have been? Yeah, I wish I could use that Adrian Peterson card. But that is a card I obtained before doing this, and we are earning the cards as we go. That's why I cannot use that card, unfortunately. Okay, Logan Cook. Oh yeah, so I hope you're ready to see a game where I get absolutely destroyed. I will say that would be a pretty good GM though. Maybe not really. Jaden Reed, Pierre kick returner, punt returner. Now we're just gonna fill out long snapper, kickoff specialist, and then we will be good to go and hop into this game. All right, there we go. Very good. There we go. Josh Allen, 94. Can he lead us to a victory? Going up against 99s. Here we go. So, student, you don't play a lot of Madden, but when you were in the college football game, did you play it at all? Did you play it yourself?
You know what? I was like rated like a 48.
Oh. Okay. Hey, at least you're in the game.
And like I was like, okay. I mean, Monmouth has right now off their 2025 team or 2024 team, they currently have five athletes in NFL training camps.
Really? That's awesome. I guess something happened. Jaden Reed. Not a good
I truly think Monmouth will go FBS within the next 3 years.
Oh. Well, I think every college football team is going to be in the game this year. So hopefully, they will be in the game. Would be pretty cool. I'd love to see you use.
I still have my check for $1.89.
You didn't cash it? I'm very sweet. Aren't you supposed to cash them though after a certain amount of time? You have to cash
I don't know, man. With some of the deals that obviously no free shout outs, but with some of the deals that Burger King's throwing out, that $1.80 can go a long way.
Very true. Oh wow, that's actually a catch. Mine's how much snack. Wow, what'd you get from Burger King? Or did you not get Burger King, but you're just saying they have good deals? Got it. I'm gonna pick up like
Pat, do you know I've lost like 40 pounds in the last 2 months?
Have you really? Oh, that's good for you. What's been the hardest thing for you to try to overcome?
Yeah, I just look at Matt. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy.
Oh wow! Damn! Shit! That's got to come in here. That's nice. Anthony Adams playing cornerback. What do you think about that? The defensive tackle from the Chicago Bears.
That was fucking egregious.
Well, you missed it earlier. I pulled Lance Briggs as a quarterback.
Clearly, we don't have eyes on the rock down safety or the drop at the end.
No, I guess not. Bruce Smith. Yeah, no, that was a bad pick. That was a really bad pick. From the way I played last week to the way I'm playing now, gotta be better. Oh, man. It's Robert Artis.
Pat, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When you're playing these games, do you try and stay true to nickel personnel, or will you mix it up in, just a standard 4-3 or even dime personnel?
I'll mix it up. It all depends on the game. Like if I see like my opponent's having a lot of success in nickel, I'll move it to dime. Whatever I can to get a stop. Kind of like react to what they're doing, make adjustments. Mike's here on tech. There we go. Student Josh said he said you would be up. There we go. 37. Gotta get off the field here. We cannot get us. They're winning in the trenches right now. And that's been the difference so far in this first quarter. We're holding up. We're holding up. Still only the first drive, but plays like that are going to be big in this game. Need a couple more of those to go our way. I don't like the way our offense looked that first drive. Just putting up like that. I don't know why Anthony Barr's playing back, but it's whatever. Out here, he's probably going to run the ball. So I'm going to send the house. Oh, I'm going to adjust. Yeah, that was the ball. He's not going to snap the ball. There we go. Got the OC in the flat. RPLP screen. Wow. Look out. Look out. That was not at all. I thought that was a different play. Totally been on it. That was my man. That's supposed to be covering over in the middle of the field. Trying to do too much at once. What's up, Josh?
What's up, player?
Nothing much, man. How about yourself? How you doing tonight?
Good.
That's good. That's good.
I've done this before, and the student just sent it to me, so I guess I got to turn my lights on so people can see who I am. This is on my phone, so I apologize for.
No, you're fine.
Oh, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. We're not actually putting your ugly mug on camera.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. My apologies. Well, thanks. Love you too, student. But
Josh, what's going on for you in the off season? What's important to you? What are you looking forward to as we trend closer and closer to camp?
As we get closer and closer to camp, I am looking forward to, honestly, I think the wide receiver room and how that's going to develop, but also how the Bills are going to attack with the wide receiver room, the running back room, and Brandon Condrington, how they're going to attack the new kickoff rules, because that is going to be it is going to be an adaptation.
It's almost like they're ever changing those kickoff rules. Yeah.
Yes, it's year to year, right? In the last 4 years, we've had a new rule every year. But also, like, I think the defensive line room has kind of established itself through the draft and through the signings. But the other key thing is the defensive back. Linebackers, the Bills didn't make any really moves at linebackers, so we know that's set. O-line set, quarterback set, running back room is set, tight end room is set. So I look at the defensive back and wide receiver room, and I just want to see where.
Now you say the running back room is set. Where do you stand with James Cook?
I think he's going to be on the roster. I think that.
Well, it's almost like not a question of him making the roster. I think if he shows out in the first couple of weeks, do you think he's a trade piece?
If there is no movement by his team, and I would say it would depend on the record. If the Bills go into like the bye at 5-1, I think it's in week 7, right? So they're 5-1. I think they keep him. It's a $5 million contract. It is what it is.
Well, I do know that there are probably five extension or renegotiation pieces going into this offseason. I do know that 4 out of the 5 people that were extended or renegotiated did not negotiate in the media, like James Cook. He would be the outlier.
Yeah. Oh, I would. Well, we do know, because it's been said by Brandon Beane, that there was a substantial offer made and it was turned down, right? So
what's substantial to you? I think substantial hovers around like 12.5.
So I think what they do is they just ride out that contract and say,
I agree, Josh. I agree.
Yeah, because of the kicker that they got, because of his performance, he got the kicker, right? So he's up to $5 million this year because of the performance bonuses. That's
pretty good for a first-year contract or first contract.
Yeah. It is, because of the kickers that you get put in when you do certain performance things, which I agree with. The NFL did that. I have no problem with that. Now, from the Bills salary cap standpoint, it sucks. But from a player standpoint, you perform as a rookie, you should get escalators, and that's what it is, right? An escalator. So I agree with what happened with that, and he's going to be making $5 million on that rookie contract that he shouldn't have been making if it was his true rookie contract. But I think
yeah, go ahead. Finish. Sorry.
But I think the Bills are going to say, listen, we offered you X. We thought X. Because here's the thing with James Cook that everyone forgets about when they're talking about James Cook. James Cook is a less than 50% down back. And so what I find that is he plays less than 50% of the offensive snaps. So I have no problem paying Saquon Barkley $15-16 million because he's a Joe
Shane, he is of the tree of Brandon Beane. He did let Saquon test, and it ended up, he lost the fish at the end of the line. Now, Josh, if I could pivot real quick and ask you something.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, his shelf life wasn't that of, King Henry or anything like that. Since they do share, a pretty similar code of DNA, Is that a concern of you that Dalvin kind of, he's teamless in his late 20s? Can you draw any parallels? And does it concern you about his older brother kind of, the wheels kind of falling off in terms of longevity?
I think the wheels are going to fall off slower on James than Dalvin because Dalvin was used and abused.
Well said.
But I think that he's getting ill-advised advice because
it's almost like a Trey Diggs situation.
I was going to say it's Trey Diggs to Stephon Diggs. I was going to use that analogy here. I think he's getting advice.
I mean, when you get a Trey Diggs tweeting during a game about his brother and the quarterback on the field, and about like how his brother made him. If there's anybody out there in the Bills fandom that doesn't think that Trey Diggs was granted that agency to tweet that by his brother, you're crazy. I mean, he didn't go. He didn't go rogue and tweet that. Obviously, that was an open-ended conversation that I think was a little bit, I feel, planned and contrived. So
it was 100% a plan, except it's a family plan and Stephon can go in front of the cameras and say, oh, "I'm going to speak to my brother. He shouldn't speak for me." But on the end back of that conversation was like, "Hey, bro, thanks for driving the conversation." That's how that happened behind that. Stuart, you've been around the game way too long we can read between the lines. You know that. And so, like,
sure, yeah. I mean, Matt and I were just with Beans number 2. We were just at a dinner with Jim Overdorf on Matt. I think you're here on Tuesday night, and he was saying in lesser words that, like, so many moving parts and so many, not egos, but so many personalities and so many driving narratives that it's if you focus on too many things and don't keep your head up with the wheels at 10 and 2 driving that car, it can steer you really weird ways.
Yeah, you got to keep the main thing, right? And so the main thing's football. The contracts will work themselves out. And so for going back to the original point, the Bills, they're going to ride out the contract at this point. I'm sure they listened to offers, and the offers weren't good enough. I had said in the offseason, when I was talking to people, that I would move Cook if I got a second and a third. That's what I needed to have. I didn't need to have a first, but I needed to have a second and a third. Everyone's like, that's too much draft capital. I'm like, well, he's valuable to my team. He coming off a career season. He's a 1,000-yard guy. He's 15 touchdowns, 16 touchdowns. You want him, you pay for him. How bad do you want him? And if not, I'm going to keep him, and I'm going to let him hit free agency. But you want him now, you pay X price. You want him later, you can pay the $15 million, but you can have him at 5. But you got to give me a second and a third for him.
I mean, honestly, I would take James Cook for $12.5 million and Pat just score a goddamn touchdown.
I'm trying. I'm outgunned here. This guy's all 99s. It's been tough. But Matt brought up a good point. He said
Pat
franchise
on camera.
I have nothing wrong with James Cook. Like, James Cook, I think, is a good football player, but James Cook is a limited good football player. And what I mean by limited good football players, he can't pass play.
Jesus, my God, Pat, what are you doing? Pat,
he's on the field for less than 50% of the snaps for a reason.
Hang on a second, Josh. One of the things I love about Duke Gaming is I get to roast Pat. Yo, dude, what are you doing? God, you let. I have a funny story about. Actually, I can't tell that story about Shockey, but actually, fucking who cares? I was at a Miami Beach bar, probably circa 2013 with Jeremy Shockey, and he was trying to buy, I think, weed. He's like, I can't take any cash out of the ATM, but like I'll pay your whole bar tab if like you can give me some cash for like this weed guy. I was just like. Okay, my boy ended up covering him. His name's Raz. Shout out Raz if you're around. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have told that story, but who cares?
Well, he ain't playing now.
Jeremy Shockey. Just so you know, Jeremy Shockey was the tight end back in the day.
Dude, he was the
Right,
you.
with the Giants.
I mean,
Right.
The tight end. He was like the Travis Kelce before Travis Kelce. He was the epitome of the block.
I think he was like Travis Kelce's and Dan Campbell's like love child.
Yeah, he could block, catch, run. He just had a short-lived career. Injuries got him, but he was a stud. He was a stud.
Wasn't he also a nuisance in the
Josh,
locker room?
Josh.
Yeah.
Yo, Pat, you are on mute until you score.
What's up? What's up, student?
So, first question, in as little words as possible. Do you subscribe to the adage that like we're a little too old to be wearing another man's name on our back, like in terms of wearing jerseys and stuff?
Out in public, just general day wear, yes. At sporting events, no.
Okay, so give me one Bills alumni and give me one current player that you'd be proud to support their jersey on your back.
On Jersey Day at my school, I always wear my Jim Kelly jersey. And then current Bills jersey that I would proudly wear in public if I was asked to, that I own, I would.
Well, no, even if you don't own it, even if you don't own it.
Oh, I don't own it. Oh, okay. I was always a fan, even back long time ago. Always a fan of Shane Conlon. I thought he was like
58.
a dog. I thought he was a dog as a linebacker.
Penn State.
I thought he didn't get enough credit I thought he was overshadowed by Cornelius Bennett and Darryl Talley, and I don't think he got enough credit for doing the dirty stuff in the run game. But anyways,
Well said, lad.
The good old neck roll days, right? But and a former Penn State linebacker. I'll just add that. Current.
Paul Posluszny too, and Aaron.
Yeah, he just got named. He just got hired as a linebacker coach at Penn State. Just by the way,
Kyle Williams got hired at LSU.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah. Current Bill that I would wear their jersey in pub. I mean, I would don a Josh Allen jersey anywhere.
Give me something good. Give me something good.
No, I know. I'm just saying, just because he's just that guy.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, but the one that I could stand on, stand and say, you know what, he's the dude, and I will defend him, would probably be. Oh Lord, it's probably going to be Terrell Bernard, because I just think that he's just like, he's undersized.
God damn it, Pat!
But it seems like a linebacker theme here. But you know what? I'll change it up, because I'm not going to go linebacker. I'll say Dawson.
Do you think,
because
boy?
Dawson Knox is the ultimate team guy. He's going to do what it takes to win, but he's
absolutely loved.
He's
by
a great
everybody
guy.
except Gabe Davis's what is it? Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Yeah.
No, do you know that story?
But he's absolutely loved by his teammates. He's loved by the coaches, and he has been willing to take pay cuts. He's the ultimate team guy. He's the ultimate dude.
His brother,
the guy that will he's like the starting. He is the starter on the team that will go grab the water bottles and bring them out to the defense on timeouts. You know what I mean?
Pat. Do you know what a team is? This is disgusting, this performance.
It is.
So I would say Dawson Knox would be my other one, just because of how good of a human it is. Plus, where I live, where I stay, people here would be like, "Oh my God, I know who Dawson Knox is." So because he went to he went to Brentwood Academy in Nashville. So.
You know what I'm going with?
Who was that?
I'm doubling up on the 70s. I'm doubling up on 70s. I'm going pass player. I'm going E Wood, baby.
Well, yeah, I know you were. I mean,
yeah, current player. You know what I'm going with? Back to 70s. I'm going fucking AA, because right now, Pat, he is the what, Pat?
The GOAT?
No, but it starts with a D. D-O-G. He is the what?
The dog.
Be right back. Be right back.
Dog.
Dog. Yo. Yeah, he's a dog.
I'm supposed to be at his bachelor party right now. Sorry, Alex, if you're watching.
Shame on you. Shame on me for not
That
being
was
able to
fucking
score.
pathetic. Shame on you for fucking making people watch this.
Yeah, I would do a game of
Jesus, tackle in space, Pat.
It's just the name of the game when they have 99s.
Hey, next game, Josh calls the offense and I'll call the defense.
Sure.
But student, you might get your.
Go Bills.
I mean, if you look at the, not that the Bills would do this, so I'm not saying they would, but in the event they got to free up a lot of cap space, in the event that there was like a major injury and they got to free up.
Not here.
There is a cut that could happen on the offensive line that would move your AA into the starting left guard position. The same.
Dude, I don't know if you caught the interview. We interviewed Alec about like five weeks ago, and he said if he could have his druthers one way, and just to be clear, I don't think too many people, this isn't breaking news. There are talks about locking up Alec long term here.
Yeah,
that's coming from the horse's mouth, and he'd like to be here long term, but. The one thing that Alec told Matt and I on the interview was like he'd really like to really hone in on one position, not just be a Swiss Army knife.
But I mean, I don't disagree. But you've been
real quick, Josh. Pat, you fucking suck.
Yeah. It's the name of the game when you're going up against 99s. And
Pat, if you win this next one, I'll donate another $50 to Harrison's charity. Please, for the love of fucking God, wins.
All right, I'll play regular teams so I can actually have a chance.
Yeah. Stop making fantasy teams. You're not good at it, Pat.
Hey, I plan on doing good this year in that fantasy league.
With Randall, I told you, but no. But and student, you and I both know that when we were younger in our sporting days, there was times where we were told by our coaches, "You've got to learn." Like I can remember distinctly in basketball,
yeah,
you got to learn. You got to learn.
If the ball's on the dance floor, you got to learn how to scoop and score. You got to know every position.
Yeah, I had to learn 3, 4, and 5 because we were playing power game back then, and so you had to learn small forward, power forward, center. Because or let's just say, and in his position, it's locking him in the roster. So his availability and his versatility is giving him snaps and increasing his value in the league. So as much as I can appreciate what he wants one position, his versatility that he's developing is increasing his value. And ultimately, that's what you got to do in the league, right?
He wants to be here. His family wants him here.
I want him here. He's a good.
So do I.
AA's the dog.
He's got David Edwards in front, but I don't think
AA is the dog.
I think David Edwards won't be back. I think there's a reason why they didn't offer an extension there.
We've been I can't release that yet, but
I think there's a reason that David extension because they see.
I love Cromer. I mean, Eric Wood loves Cromer.
He is. Eric Cromer's a stud. Let's be honest.
Spencer Brown loves Cromer. Alec Anderson loves Cromer. Ryan Vandermark loves Cromer. I don't think we have too much time left with Cromer. Read between the lines, but
No, we don't. He's done too good at what he's done. You can only do so good at what you do. And even look at like Brian Callahan. Brian Callahan is an offensive line stud. He was a head coach. And then he went back. Now he's just helping his son out. And man's inventing push sleds. Did you see those sleds, student?
I did.
Where he's invented the push sled. If you do not hit it perfectly, it does not move.
I mean, you know how much those sluts suck.
Well, but I just like he's got his own little thing going on. But no, I agree that Aaron Comer's time is probably limited here in Buffalo just because of the success he's had.
This
And
will be the last season.
everyone, when anyone does too good at something, even
He doesn't want to be head coach. Cromer does not want to be head coach. He thinks that time has passed.
So what is he thinking? He just wants to be an OC or something?
Offense coordinator?
Without getting too much into it, I think we should really love this season with Cromer.
Gotcha. Understood.
And that's coming from multiples. So Josh, let me ask you, what do you have circled on your calendar? Is it training camp? Is it just enjoying the off season before you have to, put your emotions on the Apple box? Like where are you at right now? Because right now I'm Matt, Pat, Don, Whittle, all of us are just so bogged down. I think Matt and I are just we're committed for interviews probably out until August. But what I've really been loving right now is touching on, like, we had Patty Thomas on last week. Weeks before that, we had Bud Carpenter and Chris Fischetti, and
I love me Bud Carpenter, by the way. I love me Bud Carpenter.
Uncle Bud.
Yeah,
Uncle
Bud's
Josh, I got a DM from some Yahoo that being like telling me, like, don't assert yourself calling him Uncle Bud, like you have a personal relationship, like you get it and stuff like that. I'm like, you gotta understand, I've known Bud Carpenter since I was 12 years old. He's only Uncle Bud to me. I mean, Pat, have I ever referred to Bud Carpenter as anything than Uncle Bud?
No, only Uncle Bud.
But
it's so funny too.
year,
Like Jim Overdorf came up to Matt, I think like on Tuesday night, and Jim knew like Matt's name and stuff like that, and Matt was just like, me, my name, Jim. It was so fucking funny.
Matt, I know you're watching.
Now that I'm actually here and talking for myself, that's not how it happened, but cool.
Mr. Overdorf, me.
I mean, you kind of ducked out about 10 minutes before it happened, so.
Hey, Matt.
Yo, Matt, tell them what Overdorf said to me about the email.
Oh yeah, student was standing right next to him as we're snapping pictures and stuff like that, and student had sent him
a regrettable email
on draft night asking him if he can come on. He goes, nice email, student.
He was nice timing of your email, student.
Yeah. But I mean, last year, student, if you may or may not remember, Matt may remember, but I asked that question of Bud, to you, Uncle Bud, but Bud Carpenter, about what do you remember prospects that were like?
Love you so much, bye guys.
Later, were prospects that were like top level prospects. The injury report came back and you just red flags and you couldn't draft them at all. That you couldn't just take them. And Bud's like, absolutely. So.
Yeah, I mean, he still holds the fact that he was the one that basically drafted Thurman Thomas. So
that was 100% an old-fashioned switcheroo. You came in and he dropped out. Hey, bud, you doing well?
I've been sitting here running Pat's stream all night, and he's going to be on again tomorrow and Sunday night because he's doing some no money spent MUT, trying to build up no money. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, because you got guys that are spending a lot of money on this game, and having all 99 overall players. So it's tough to do a no money, but it kind of, when you're down like that it kind of forces you to get better, right?
Yes, it does. Oh my goodness, what a throw. Only PK would have cost something like that in the history championship game. Still not over, but I'm over. I bring it up every stream, every week. Oh, PK should have called that.
Hey, Pat, you going to trade me A.J. Brown yet?
Speaking of,
I've been,
You,
I've been
you,
thinking about it.
you have a great trade on the table right now.
Yes, I do.
is this conversation actually on YouTube on the live stream?
It is.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
cool. Oh, okay, cool. All
It
right.
is. It is 100%. We are live to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.
Yep. Yes, we are.
There's 130 people watching right now.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So it's anything you say is recorded. Anything you say enemy Tanner will be using.
Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law. Don't.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I got the time.
We're gonna get copyrighted now because of the dun dun.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm pretty sure I messed it up.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It was a joke.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I messed it up.
Speaking of that, I've been binge watching The Rookie. It's actually pretty good, actually.
The Rookie? Oh,
Yes.
the cop show on Fox, right?
Yes. Yes.
The guy that used to be on Castle, yeah.
Yeah, and what's his face? Nathan Fillion? Or is that Nathan Fillion? Or is that?
I'm gonna go with actors. I don't know. Hey, we got a touchdown. I'm happy.
Hey,
Oh,
look at that!
Look at it. But was it a tush push? Because that almost got banned. It almost got banned.
Yes, it almost did. Now, do you guys want the tush push band?
No.
I don't care either way, but I mean it.
The only downside is its success rate is so high. Like there is only one play outside of the tush push with the success rate that high, and that is the extra point, right? And so that's my only concern. Now, with that being said, there's ways you could tweak it without eliminating the downfield block benefit, right? And my is to say, like, behind the line of scrimmage when the player receives the ball, he cannot be assisted moving forward to the line of scrimmage, right? And that would eliminate the tush push from behind. But anything that broke down past the line of scrimmage, you would still be able to assist the player, right?
Now, here's the thing, though. Not to interrupt you, but here's the thing, though. The team or player or offense that figures it out first, how to incorporate a pass into that, how to incorporate a play action in off the tush push is going to, yeah. I mean, and that's something that because you fake the tush push and you step back, you drop it into somebody that because everybody's on the line, that's a touchdown almost every time.
Well, I really seriously think that I've always thought that they need to consider throwing in they line up for the tush push and he takes a snap and just pitches it left or pitches it right and let the running back sweep out,
Exactly.
I don't know why that hasn't been tried or, a tight end sweeps out as a jump pass over the top. I don't know why it hasn't been tried. It's almost like the Tim Tebow play, except that was a spread. But you could throw. There's variations you could throw there. But I think the common sense way to merge them, for less a better way of saying it, to merge it would be just to honest to God, just say behind the line of scrimmage there can be no assistance moving forward. That's it. Once they break the line of scrimmage, it's fine. I think it's an easy. It doesn't have to get into all the semantics of the rules. It's just really simple. If the ball carrier has the ball behind the line of scrimmage, they cannot be assisted moving forward. Cannot be assisted moving forward prior to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Right.
And I think that just ends the debate. And then once they pass the line of scrimmage, if Spencer Brown sees James Cook hooking down the right side and there's a linebacker and a cornerback getting ready to hit him and he just decides to grab all 4 of them and pick them up and carry them 10 yards, then so be it. But
Yeah.
I think it's an easy fix, but clearly that was not.
I mean, and that's the thing. It is an easy fix because, like, it's not the. I don't think it. Like, honestly, I don't think it's the offensive line or even a lot of times the quarterback that they're worried about as far as what McDermott was saying with the injuries and things like that. Like, inevitably it is the quarterback that they're worried about because the guy from behind him is pushing him and basically launching him into a head-on collision. But I think that
I was listening to Sirius this morning and they said the language that comes out of the piles is about like how the guys are contorted and twisted, and like they may not walk out with like substantial injuries, but to hear what they are saying about those piles, that's where the injury like thing is. But what they ultimately said is it's going to take one guy. They said it might not be Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts, but it's going to take one quarterback.
It's literally going to take like a Tua. It's going to take a Tua that's going to, already predisposed to those concussions, and he's the one that gets hurt. I mean, not to bring him up or throw him under the bus or anything like that, but I mean, it's going to take something like that for it to change.
Yeah, and they're already close, so it's probably one more year away. Yeah, I agree. Be right back.
Alrighty, Josh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Pat, you're not having a good night again. What's going on here?
Yes!
What is going on here? I know that at the end of Coast to Coast, if you caught the end of that Whittle was saying he needs a rematch against you.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Oh man, I gotta step up my game. I gotta come out of half and look like how I did when I played Whittle. I mean, that was a very, very good game. It was high score. I think I won 34-31.
Well, that was also when you were playing Madden every day.
Yeah, I was. He's kind of like riding a bike, though. No excuses. Oh, wouldn't this be nice? Wouldn't this be nice? Oh, shit!
There you go, Pat. Oh, don't.
There we go.
Touchdown.
There you go.
There we go. Go Bills.
The other things was this week, just rest in peace, Jim Irsay. To hear, because he went through a lot of trying times as an owner. There were things I learned this week about Jim Irsay that I didn't know, that he was 24 years old or something like 24, 27 when he was named the GM of the Colts. And the we know about his addiction, but they were talking the stories like that came out, like this guy, anyone that was related to the Colts family, he just would pay for the funerals. Like if you were a staffer at the Colts and your mother died, he paid for the funeral. Like
he also made sure to give all the staff employees on their birthday a card with $100 bill in it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like it's like super nice owner
of stuff that was never said. I was like, oh my God,
See, I was kind of
they said like every year he paid for hundreds of, like if there was a tragic accident in Indianapolis, he would not call his lack of a better way of saying it, his handler or his assistant, whatever you want to call it, would call and like be like, hey, Jim Irsay wants to pay for the funeral. They said he paid for hundreds of funerals every year for people. And just
wow,
kudos to him, man.
To hear the way that Pat McAfee was talking about how glowingly he talked about Jim Irsay, it's just one of the. It's definitely refreshing to hear stuff like that, especially with everything else he dealt with. Because that's all they talked about is the alcohol and the drugs and the partying and everything like that. And that he's such a bad person because this is all he did. Like, what about all the other stuff that he did? And you're starting to hear that stuff come out now that he's passed away. I mean, it's
Yep,
it,
I agree. I
it
agree.
just stinks that they couldn't
See, I didn't know
have said
that.
some of those. It stinks that they couldn't have said some of these things, during
His
while
life.
he was alive. Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a whole media thing. Like it's again, it's in the media that they just want to continue to, tear people down rather than,
Push their
you know,
narrative. Yep.
correct.
But it makes you go back to saying, like, it's not hard to be a good human. And Jim Irsay knew that. And he did it, and he did it without pomp or circumstance. So kudos to
Mm-hmm.
him. Rest in peace to him. And he wasn't just an owner, he was a fan of the league, right? So I think the NFL lost a key cog when they lost him, when he passed away here, because he was an open voice and a very smart football person about the league and how it worked. And I think the NFL as a whole, not just the Indianapolis Colts, the NFL as a whole lost a big part of itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
Oh, we go,
Oh, geez, what a move by Keon Coleman there. Touchdown.
There we go.
Tie
And
game.
yeah, shout out
Tie
to
game.
I would love to see
what a
that.
comeback.
I'm just going to say,
Right?
I would love to see the regular season.
So would I. A little end around. It would be nice to see that. And yeah, Patagonia, shout out to Shea Gilgis Alexander, winning MVP. Oklahoma does
They-
hot right now.
Gilgius, however you say, SGA.
Yeah, SGA. Suns in 4.
So, Matt, student asked me I'm going to ask you the same question student asked me, the positions to watch during training camp. And I will tell you, I said I thought it was simply wide receiver and defensive back. What were your thoughts?
I think you have to actually add running back into there because I want to see if I know James Cook is James Cook, but I want to see if they start giving Ray Davis a little bit more touches. I want to see if they, or vice versa, if they do pull the Sammy Watkins treatment and just start giving him everything.
Well,
because if they start giving him everything, you might see a trade on the table. I'm not saying that that's something or anything like that, but I mean, I'm of the mind that, I get it, that, not paying a running back, being less than 50% of, carrying the ball on third down or less than 50% of on the field on third down. But I think that, you have one of the better third down backs, if not the best third down back in the league, in Ty Johnson. So you don't need James Cook to be on the field. So if you pay him $13 million, between $12 and $13 million, because he's not going to get that 15. I mean, if the agent if the agent number is 15, fine. If it's 4 years, $60 million, but that's up to 60 million, I'm fine with that. But when it comes out and the actual numbers are anywhere between like 11 and 13, that's better. Like that's more where I think he needs to be, because and what I was saying about Ty Johnson is you're paying him $2.5 million.
right.
So if you're paying him Ty Johnson $2.5 million and you're paying James Cook $12.5 million, that's your 15 right there. And you have two players for 15. And that basically is giving you the best third down back, and then somebody in James Cook who can play on the field on third downs. So, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I think that they, as far as the, what I was saying before is you can franchise them and keep them under control for around that, $12-13 million. I'd have to go back and look at the number now with Derrick Henry getting 15 million, but I mean, it's just really,
I think that Derrick, when people not to interrupt you, and I did, and I apologize, but I think when people look at, they see this is where I get frustrated with some fans, and I know you know what I'm about to say before I even say it. They look at the stat line only about production, but they don't realize that Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley can pass protect, and they're true three down backs, where James Cook not, right? And so I think, me personally, when I look at asset allocations, or even like when back in the day when I was doing what I did, which before my new job, when you're creating a roster and you're talking about asset allocations, I have a hard time giving that much compensation to a player that isn't going to be that guy like the other guys making that money in the league, right? So to me, for me, this is just me personally, I max him out at 11 million because you're only giving me X amount of snaps. Now you're productive, don't get me wrong, but I'm not able to put you down at 3rd and 7. I can't put you in the lineup. I can't, and so that prevents me from paying you the 12, 13, 14 million that you want because you're deficient in part of your game.
Mm-hmm. And I get what you're saying too. I completely understand the pros and the cons of both ways. That's kind of where I'm like, if you pay him, if it's up to the 4 years, $60 million, but it comes out anywhere between that 11 and $13 million, I'm perfectly fine. If it's more towards that 13, I'm a little less fine, but not my money, not my problem. Right. He's
right. Yeah.
So it's not like I'm paying the $13 million. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm paying the $13 million, and it's not even like Brandon Beane's paying the $13 million out of his own pocket. But I mean, at the same time, like that's why I'm saying in training camp, I really think running back is another room that you're going to need to watch for the Bills, because if Ray Davis starts getting more snaps or more into cutting into more of James Cook, then it might lead to, some speculation about maybe, they're looking to move on from James Cook, or they're going to try and run Ray Davis a little bit more, or, anything like that. Or, again, like I said, the Sammy Watkins treatment where they just give him everything, and, that there may be a potential trade on the horizon if that's the case.
Now, if the Bills were to trade James Cook, who would take that 3rd down running back role? Would it be a Darrington Evans or a Frank Gore Jr.?
What are you talking about? It would be Ty Johnson.
And Ty Johnson.
Well, no, if the Bills traded James Cook, who would be the 3rd running back?
The third running back, not the 3rd down running back. Gotcha.
Yes.
I think it would most likely be like your Frank Gore Jr. Potentially.
I would say if that would, it would be Pat. That's a good question, because it would be dependent on what they decide what they need to do with kick return, punt return, because Derek Evans has punt return, kick return ability, right? And so with the new rules, that's got to be put in play. If you just want a guy that can run the ball, and not do any of that stuff because you think you can get, like, you're going to keep Chenault, or we already know Condrition's going to make the team as a punt return, kick returner. So that spot's taken. So then you got to say,
do we though? Do we know that though?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's
because I mean, let's be serious. Well, I mean, what do you have on? You have Benford, you have Hairston, you have Trey White, you have Jamarcus Ingram, and who's the other one? You have like Dorian Strong.
Jamarcus Ingram's in trouble.
I'm just saying, like, is Codrington 100% guaranteed on this roster, especially now with somebody like Elijah Moore who said he's willing to do kick returns?
Well, yeah, that's a fair point. He's just got to be, if he can produce in the offseason, then during the training camp, when we start talking about the mandatory mini camp coming up and then the training camp, and then it becomes a conversation. But if we're talking right now, today, I think he's a lock. It doesn't mean he's a lock in end of August, but he's a lock right now because Elijah Moore's never returned a kick in it, and not since high school. Chenault has. I think.
Wow, hold on. Pat just pulled a Tennessee Titans. It got smacked on the 1 yard line.
Oh.
So I would say that you're in that situation where the new kickoff rule, you got to have two guys back there. You can no longer go with them one, right? So
right.
So I think
Ty Johnson is one of those guys that's back there.
Yeah, well, but if you trade James Cook, Ty Johnson can't be one of those guys back there. So I think James Cook is on the roster, but Condrington in the punt return game and the kick return game, I think if we separate him away from the cornerback room, just separate him away and put him as a special teamer and say we have 4 special team people: the long snapper, the kicker, the punter, and the returner. That's 4. And now we're talking we have 49 spots. In that 49 spots, we've got to find one other return guy, right? That's if I'm looking at a roster development today, not seeing anything that we've seen in training camp or OTAs or anything like that. That's how I build.
Well, and this thing, it does truly comes down to whether they're going to keep, continue to keep 5 receivers, or are they going to keep 6 receivers, with one of them being a kick returner, punt returner, or are they going to keep 6 defensive backs? I mean, it just, that's really what it comes down to, is how they view it. And if it's say Chenault is the one that ends up beating out a Codrington, who knows? Who knows at this point what's going to happen? That's why I think this year's training camp, as much as your major positions are locked in, I think it's going to be a very interesting training camp this year with some of the lesser known positions.
I agree. I that's why I said wide receiver and cornerback are my 2. Like, obviously defensive line, but I also could see, like, are they going to go so heavy with defensive line? I could make the argument that you don't need to, but I can make the argument that you have to because of Joey Bosa, that you got to go an extra guy with defensive line because you want to limit Joey Bosa to like 30 to 40 snaps max, 40 snaps max.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be talking about Hoyt and Larry O being out for the first 6 games. So we already know there's going to be 2 guys on the roster that may not be on the roster after week 6, but I know the Bills are banking on IR. They're banking on injuries to supplement that. If that doesn't happen, the Bills are going to be cutting rosterable players that they want on the roster to bring those guys back. And so it's a weird dynamic going on.
Oh, I just real quickly pulled up the schedule. Your first 6 weeks are Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, Saints, Patriots, and Falcons. So honestly, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing in the world that's their schedule in the first 6 weeks.
No, and it should be a 5-1 schedule.
Because they're going to be able to figure out a lot of things on the defensive line. They're going to be able to figure out a lot of things specifically for some of the rookies there in the defensive tackle spot, because you're gonna have Bosa, you're gonna have Rousseau, you're gonna have Epinesa, and you're gonna have
you're right. You're gonna have
Landon Jackson.
Yeah, Landon Jackson, Walker. Dwayne Carter's going to have a chance to prove himself again. Yeah. You got TJ Sanders coming in. The cramping issue bothers me, but it bothers me. It doesn't bother a lot of people. And I'll explain why it bothers me if you want. But I'm really interested because I really think, like, the Bills did a really good job drafting, and the whole offseason, the Bills did a really good job of revamping and assisting or building the defensive back area.
Right.
I think a cut candidate that's not being discussed right now, depending on how things happen, are two people. Damar Hamlin and Cam Lewis.
Wouldn't shock me on either one of them. Honestly, it wouldn't shock me on either one of them.
Well, if Hancock turns out to be able to be like that tweener, like Cam Lewis, and make Cam Lewis expendable, and then if Hancock can go, and with not Hancock, Forrester, if he goes back there and he plays well, I mean, they're both cheaper. They're cheaper.
Well, I think Forrester. It's going to be between Forrester and Bishop, honestly, and it's going to really come down to who picks up the defense quicker, and who's quicker on the field with decisions. So,
I mean, as Brandon Bean has said time and time again, competition is a good thing. And the Bills this offseason 100% drafted appropriately. I think the draft, I didn't give it a good grade, but I think they drafted appropriately. But they also brought in competition with UDFAs, the way they drafted, and their free agent signings.
Right. See, and I'll agree with that. Like I gave him a B- on the draft. I love
high five because that was the same grade I gave. So good job.
I love the Max Harrison pick. I was waiting to see on the TJ Sanders pick because I wanted to see if they would take a not necessarily a true one tech, but like somebody who can a bigger body that can occupy. That can play in that one tech spot. And I understand Deion Walker will play 5 tech, 3 tech, 1 tech, and things like that. But he's also going to occupy a lot of bodies, being 340 pounds. So it may not be that traditional 1 tech, but he's going to occupy a lot of bodies in there. So I was much happier with the TJ Sanders pick because you're going to have somebody that's going to be there to overtake for Daquan Jones because he's going to be probably gone next year. You're going to have some, if Dwayne Carter doesn't turn out into something, if they decide to let Ed Oliver go, if they, there's a lot of different things that I like the TJ Sanders pick. You brought up the cramping issues. I truly think that's more hydration than anything else, but like I'm not a trainer. I don't know. So
my point was, my question was this: son, you're going to an NFL training camp. You should make sure you're ready to go. You and I both know we're former athletes. We know how to get our body ready. How did you not get your body ready for that? Because your first impression is your best impression, and your first day at camp and you're in cramping issues. Now, there could have been some other underlying thing we didn't know about, like maybe he had a late night flight because of delay and he couldn't get hydrated. That could have happened, but I'm also like, come on, dude, like drink a couple Gatorades, sip a Gatorade on your way to there, in between snaps, sip a Gatorade.
Right.
That is something that can be mitigated. You can mitigate that. So I outside of that, that's my only concern there is like, where's your mindset? But no, from a football standpoint, he's a good player. I think the Bills have kind of told us all how they value defensive tackles. They want them smaller, they want them agile, they want them futile, right? They want them to be more Aaron Donald or Ed Oliver, Aaron Donald size, and less Beta. They want them less.
Vita Vea. Yeah, Benjamin Watson.
So,
Yeah, which is fine, and they have a specific size or a specific body frame that they want to stick to, and that's perfectly fine. Like, but also too, I'm glad they picked up a Deion Walker because they need somebody that's going to occupy bodies. Whether it's he's still going to pass rush and try and get between two guys, he's still going to take up those guys as he's there, just because of his sheer size. Which I'm perfectly happy with.
We got back heeled, because I can say, I live here in the South. Watching the SEC games, I'm like, why is this big guy standing up? Like he's in the interior and he's not in a 3-point stance. And it's clearly a run play situation. Did not know that he had the fracture in his back. That's going to be something that they're going to have to deal with him, and obviously, and Brandon Beane addressed it, but it's still something that, he did have pad level issues. And part of that is because he's so tall, so he's got to learn how to leverage his height and his length to his advantage. You know what I mean? If he can do that with his athleticism, then it's a home run. If he just decides that he's going to rely on his athleticism and nothing else, it's a net negative. There's no net negative. No, it is what he's a 4th round pick. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
right.
He's going to be on.
But you got to remember, Brandon Beane had a first round grade on him after. Brandon Beane had a first round grade on him after the 2023 draft or after the 2023 season. So, if he can get back to that form, then, I think that they got a steal in him in the 4th round. I think that they got good value in Landon Jackson. I didn't like the pick in the 1st and 2nd round, but when he fell to the 3rd round, I was happy for him to, still be there.
Perfect place for him because his issue is strength.
Right.
It's not playing football. It's not motor. It's not issue strength. He is, and this is from an interview. It's not me making it like fabric stats, because he did not. If you look at his combine and pro day, he didn't bench. So Pat, when on SiriusXM asked him why he didn't bench, he's like, I just didn't feel the need to bench. He's like, well, what's your max bench? He said 380.
Right.
Well, you're 275 pounds, Matt. You've been there. I've been there. When we're 275 pounds, we're not benching 380. We're benching way above that, right? So I was like, oh, red flag. So that's my only red flag with him is like, your 380 is a good bench, but it's not a 275-pound Division I football player athlete bench. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will give him. I have to say this caveat: he has been growing the last 2 years into his body. He is exponentially grown. So he might be a late bloomer growth-wise, and so that might be why that's happening. But I was, well, anyways, I won't get into my stats, but that's just it doesn't make sense, right?
Right.
You know that doesn't make sense. Like, you shouldn't be 275 Division I athlete only benching 380. That's all I'm saying. Right. But he does know how to use leverage. He is a high motor guy. He's 100% a Sean McDermott guy, like, without question. He's the Casey Toohill replacement. I will say that.
Yeah.
The high motor guy with the physical attributes. He's the Casey Toohill replacement. But a third round draft pick, and he has dominated first round draft pick tackles. So he's got to get stronger. Once he gets stronger, and he will with the Bills, they'll find a way. They'll figure out what it is or why it is. He'll get stronger, and he'll. I would say that we will not have AJ Epinesa will not be on the Bills next year, and because I'm going to say this now, Landon Jackson will be the Bills' right end next year, and AJ Epinesa will not be a Buffalo Bill.
On that note, Pat, it looks like Pat wants to end it after going for almost 3 hours here playing some Madden because he's going to be on the next 2 nights. So, Josh, if you want to join us again tomorrow night or Sunday night,
yes,
you're more than welcome to. But at this point, Pat, I'll let you end the stream.
All right, well, thank you for everybody for tuning in now and watching on replay. Josh, I really appreciate you hopping in with us. And if you want to join us, like Matt said, you're more than welcome to. And before we hop out of here, I want to give another quick shout out to our sponsors. I'll pull it up right now.
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollos, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.